Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CFO Insider. My name is Amy Brownell, and I go live here on YouTube and on Facebook every single Tuesday to talk about all things CFO and advisory related. And boy, do we have a topic for today. The CFO system, working with a proven system, and why it is so important and what it costs you if you don't have one. Before we get into it though, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you are made aware anytime we drop new content, anytime you want to chat with me, ask questions, feel free during this live to drop a comment, to ask me a question. I will answer it live. And if it is after the live ends, I will go ahead and respond to you. So let's dive in. We are going to talk about something that I see all the time with bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs, EAs, finance professionals who are trying to break into fractional CFO advisory work. And that is that they are often winging it. And I don't mean that as an insult, no disrespect intended. We are talking about smart and capable professionals with real skills, real experience. But when it comes to actually delivering the services, they're improvising. And I don't want that to be you. So I want to talk about it. A lot of times we improvise because every single engagement looks a bit different, because onboarding is a scramble, or because you're trying to figure it out as you go. And what that actually looks like in practice, let's walk through it. Let's say you land a client. Maybe it's your first client. And suddenly you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what do I do first? What do I do first? What do I look at? What do I actually deliver? What are my deliverables? What do they actually need every single month to make better decisions in their business? And you know what? Through some trial and error and through some research, you figure it out, you make it work. But it took 3 times longer than it should have. And while you were spending time doing that, there were other things that you should have been doing that you weren't able to tackle because you were spending so much time on the process. And not to mention, you don't know how to do it again for the next client and the next client. What I want to do is talk to you about what this winging it actually costs you. First of all, it costs you money. So when you're not able to clearly articulate the value you provide by solving a problem or achieving a goal and how you're going to do it, you can't confidently charge for it. So what ends up happening? You undercharge. You quote a number that feels safe but doesn't reflect the value you are bringing to that client, which means you are leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month. So that is the first cost. The second cost is that it costs you clients. So think about it. When you are on a call, if you are feeling uncertain, your clients can feel that. Your prospective clients feel that. Maybe you're a bit vague in the process and in what you deliver and your pricing. When that comes through, the client feels that and they hesitate. Maybe they say they need to think about it. And then they end up ghosting you. And it's not because they didn't need help. It's because you didn't give them the confidence enough to say yes. So costing you clients is a big one. It costs you time. Like we just said, without a system, every client is a work from scratch. You are starting from scratch every single engagement. There's no efficiencies, no leverage, no way to scale. And then finally, it costs you confidence. Confidence is huge. When you don't have a proven process to stand behind, you start second guessing yourself and wondering, okay, did I do that right? Is this enough? Should this be what I'm delivering? Should I be charging more? And what I want you to take from this is that the cost of not having a system isn't just a financial cost. We're actually talking about a version of your business that you were never able to build because you are stuck in the complete chaos of redesigning every engagement, every deliverable, every pricing strategy from scratch. So let's talk about a proven process. What happens when you have one? Well, it means that you are able to show up to every single client engagement knowing exactly what you're doing and why. I am a big believer in that. The why is so critically important to the process, understanding why you're doing something, not just doing it. And that confidence completely changes your sales calls. We're talking about going from kind of hemming and hawing about answering questions from those prospective clients to being that calm, cool, confident person in the room, that person that's able to answer questions around exactly what you do and why your process works and what they'll get and what it's worth. That kind of confidence, that kind of clarity closes deals. Third, it changes how you deliver. What do I mean when I say that? It means that you're going to have a scalable, repeatable process, which means that your second client is easier to deliver than your first, and your third is easier than the second client was. You are building something that actually scales without having to start over every single time. And honestly, the biggest one, it changes the results for your clients. You are not having to scramble to figure out what to do next. You're actually focused on their business, learning it, what makes it tick, what makes it grow, what the problems are. You're able to make recommendations and do the kind of work that makes you irreplaceable as a CFO advisor. I have seen this play out so many times. You want to come into the engagement being that person that the prospective client needs. They need somebody who is confident, somebody who can stay calm under pressure, who knows what to do. Oops, sorry about that, some sirens going by. They are looking for someone who is in it with them, who cares about the business like they do. And you can't be that person if you are constantly starting from scratch, every single process, every single engagement. So that is the importance of having a proven CFO system. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, whoa, that sounds great, love that. If you want a proven system, what I would encourage you to do is go ahead and register for the Game Changer Challenge. It is coming up on Saturday. The link is below. It is gamechangerchallenge.com/register-1day. And during that challenge, we are going to talk about, it is a live challenge, and we are going to walk through so many things. We are going to talk about why you should become a CFO advisor in the first place. Maybe you're already doing the work and not getting paid. I know some of you fall into that category. Let's get you paid. We talk about things like what the actual monthly system looks like, what those deliverables are. We talk about how to price an engagement. We talk about the first 2 things you're going to want to do with every single client every single month. We go through the skills. We talk about finding and landing high ticket clients, exactly how to do that. So like I said, this is not a pitch. This is not a webinar. This is a live challenge, real training event where you are going to walk away with a clear picture of what a CFO advisory business is, what it looks like in practice, and how you can start one. So like I said, the link is in the description below. If it is gamechangerchallenge.com/register-1day. And like I said, I am here every single Tuesday. That said, I did take a bit of a vacation last week, but every single Tuesday, you can find me here on YouTube and Facebook talking about all things CFO and advisory related. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked about or anything CFO related, drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'll answer them for you. Till next time, have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next Tuesday for another edition of the CFO Insider.